SpeedFreaks have been doing that TV thing for over 5 years now, but no year has been as good as this one. We've really had a chance to break down those barriers and get inside the driver's fire suits. Let's just say we caught a few of them with their zippers down. So Gary, let's start off with you. Who in your book is the best drag racer of all time?
I'd have to say Kahne.
What?
Kahne's been there with all those guys. I mean, he's raced up until a few years ago. Kahne has spent his own dime the whole time, whether he's had sponsorship or he doesn't, he still runs cars. He loves stuff. He's smart. He's done a lot for this sport.
Really? Kahne?
And Kahne, if you ever talk to Kahne, the man, I don't know what his worth is, but it's pretty astronomical. I'd say he's got to be one of the wealthiest men, if not the wealthiest man out in drag racing. He is his normal beer drinking,
right,
cussing, conniving, fun-loving guy you'll ever meet in your life. Probably the most real guy that you've ever met. I mean, nothing against John Force. I love him to death. He's probably done a lot for the sport, but to me, the most real guy that I could walk up to right now and say, hey, Kahne, how's it hanging? And he'd just laugh and, what'd you say, Scelzi, you son of a bitch? I mean, he just, you know, and if I needed something, I could go to him. I guarantee you, Kahne would help me in anything.
This is your personal opinion.
My personal opinion, Kahne don't give a shit what people think of him. He loves to race, don't care how much blows up. He just goes out there to have fun. And, you know, he's all about drag racing.
Is he doing it for the fans, though?
I know Kahne's doing it for Kahne.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think the fans appreciate Kahne because of what he's done for this sport. I mean, look at it. They're running 3 cars. One of them is Ken Black's. But the 2 kids, Grubnick steal out of his pocket. There's 4 cars out of Coletta's stable. You know? I mean, he's done it before. Runs on money, no money, doesn't matter. I mean, he just does it. He loves the sport.
I guess I'm not too surprised, Gary, that you would pick someone tougher than you. But according to Don Garlits, Kahne has the biggest ball of them all.
Coletta's the meanest one as far as actually fighting. I don't know anybody that could beat Coletta, even today. And he's old now. We're at Union Grove, Wisconsin, and I'm on one side of the long chute and she's on the other because we're getting ready to race. We're getting ready to go up to the starters.
What year was this?
I'm going to say 70, probably 78, something like that. And Coletta was walking down on my side, way far away from her, and she saw him, and she hollered something at him, and I don't know what it was, but it was some sort of curse word, you know. And he just turned right, went right straight over there to her and leaned right in the door. He was mad. And this kid was working for her, and he had an afro, that's how I remember, kind of a blonde afro. And he got the big breaker bar, 15-inch breaker bar out of the toolbox. And Coletta got his head kind of in the door there. And when he pulled his head back out, he just whapped him in the back of the head with that breaker bar. And Coletta just turned around and looked at him, and the guy just looked like a deer caught in the headlights. He was just paralyzed. He just dropped the breaker bar, and Coletta just reached out there and grabbed that fro and pulled him over closer to him and just pounded him like that. He couldn't get away from it, you know. And after he hit him about 3 times, he just turned him loose, and the guy just fell right to the ground in a heap. And then Coletta walked over to me, and he said, look at my head here, and blood was just going everywhere. I said, Coletta, you got to have some stitches in that. He said, I can't go to the hospital. He says, I got to run this race. And I said, Coletta, it needs stitches. He says, how about if we just close it up and take some race tape and go completely around my head, you know, around his forehead and around there, round and round, and hold it together. I said, I guess we could do that. So we took some kind of a shop towel or something, some piece of cloth, and laid it up there, and I wrapped it around him, and he put the helmet on, and he ran the race and didn't go to the hospital till the race was over and get it stitched up. Now that's tough. I never seen anybody could do that.
smoking tires, a lot of speed.
Samuel Humanin in a 500 horsepower V10 Dodge Viper.
Not all V-twins are the same, but it only takes one oil brand to keep them running smooth and strong. Lucas. No matter the size, shape, attitude, or how you ride it, Lucas motor oils are specially blended with Lucas technology to improve performance and life of your V-twin. At Lucas, what you put in your V-twin keeps what you put on it moving forward. Lucas Oil, available at quality motorcycle retailers.
Imagine cutting your lawn with fewer harmful emissions. Introducing the DIXIE Chopper LP3000, powered by propane fuel. The LP3000 has 3 goals: cutting your fuel costs in half while mowing your grass efficiently with as little effect on the environment as possible. It reduces ozone-forming emissions and is very simple to operate, all while still giving you the performance and durability you expect from DIXIE Chopper. Our goal is cleaner air with the DIXIE Chopper LP3000.
Last segment, Gary Scelzi thought Kahne Kalita was the best NHRA driver of all time. What about Don Garlits? Who does he think is the best? Not only the best, but the sexiest as well.
I have to just say that Karamesini's pretty much fits the bill there. He was a pretty tough egg, and he never won an NHRA national event. Isn't that something? But he was just a tough guy to race on these any kind of surface, any kind of track, short, dark, never mind if his car was getting up in the air or going off the drag strip, he was right there. He had, over the long pull, there was a lot of tough guys out there, and I could say a lot of neat stories about a lot of them. Jim Nicole, Don Cook, they just come right to the top of the list on tough guys, you know. He's almost 80 years old, and he's still driving these top fuel dragsters. He has to be the classic tough guy of drag racing in my book.
So if you have the Greek.
And he was a ladies' man too, don't forget that.
I know that story.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt.
He was the man of the hour. When they went out with the Greek, they knew they'd been out with a man. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, Greek. Oh, I do declare. Cindi, never mind, you're married. What's it like for you?
Sex.
Wait, this will be
Dude.
good. This will be good. No, wait. Do you want to win or do you want sex?
Sex I've had.
God damn,
Hey,
man.
I'm
Why?
screwed. This is...
You are a motorhead, Fred.
No, not so much.
Dude.
Yeah, whatever.
So, but that's something that you guys accepted. That it's going to be life on the road,
Phone
goddammit.
sex.
It's phone sex.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Wow. Have you ever had phone sex, Fred?
Well, no. She's got a wrong number or something. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well,
Whatever.
But you talk to these guys, Scelzi with his wife and his family, and it's getting to the point for Scelzi where he just says enough's enough, man.
221 days last year on the road.
Well,
Insane.
where are you running that much?
Yeah, no, between the racing and then all the work stuff, teaching at racing schools, the manufacturer stuff, the testing,
Right.
the tire stuff I do out of South America for stuff, 221 days. It's too much. It's yeah. After this year, we're gonna bring it back.
You know this wouldn't be a sex topic if Gary Scelzi didn't weigh in. Gary, how do you do it?
Are you for or against having sex the morning of a race?
Oh, I'm for it, especially if there's somebody else there with me. That's one of my favorite things. Because most of the time you're on the road and nobody's there, and actually sometimes I've done my best work by myself.
know today's engine technology requires a more consistent oil pressure for maximum performance? Lucas Pure Synthetic Oil Stabilizer is a brand new product designed to stand up to high RPMs and temperatures of today's new car engines. Raise and stabilize oil pressure for smoother idling and improved performance. Reduce engine noise and provide maximum protection. Lucas Pure Synthetic Oil Stabilizer. Light enough for an import, tough enough for a semi.
My entire career was based on being the best. To be the best, I had to have Mopar parts. They were simply the best. Over the years, that has never changed. Mopar parts are still the best. And it isn't over.
Never been a lucky color in motorsports. Back in the day, green was never allowed in the pits. Not on your clothes, not on the car, nowhere. But according to some of motorsports' biggest stars, green is going to have to make its way in the sport one way or another.
I can't go up in my front yard and rake up the leaves and set them on fire. That little bit of smoke. But John Force or Tony Schumacher can burn 2 Goodyears right to the cords out there on the drag strip and throw a plume of smoke up into the sky that would appall any environmentalist, and that's okay. So you see, there's got to be a happy medium between all of that. And either I got to be able to burn more leaves, or John Force needs to be able to burn less Goodyears. You know where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah.
And that is all going to have to be addressed before this is over with.
I mean, I got a bill last month for my motorhome. It was $3,100 to run my motorhome around. Let me tell you something, ain't long that motorhome's going to get parked because I can't afford to do that. You know, it's just, well, can you imagine running 2 semis and stuff and, you know, a machine shop trailer and your race trailer plus all the 10 guys, crew members, hotels, all the rest of that stuff? You can't swing it,
How
man.
does Schumacher afford it with 10 cars?
Don's a wealthy man. Don likes drag racing, and Don takes some money out of his pocket.
My father was a stickler for not wasting anything, throw nothing away, destroy nothing that's good. And that's all we do out there now. We destroy everything that's good, the very best products that we can put our hands on, the very best machine parts. They just throw them right down on the drag strip.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
When I won a race and hurt the engine, I felt like in my heart I didn't really win the race. I just blew up an engine and sacrificed. Now when I won the race, like this is one of my favorite tricks, I'd win the race at NHRA. The guys we'd have an extra couple of gallons of fuel in the tow truck. At the end of the race, we'd pour the fuel into the fuel tank at the end of the drag strip, push back out on the drag strip, and we push started in those days. And they'd push start me. I'd start the car, drive back to the starting line for the victory celebration in front of the fans, waving to them with the engine cackling. Now that's a real win. I defy any winner today to do that. I defy them to do it.
How do guys who are quote-unquote underfunded win races when Schumacher, who's got an entire block of cars out there, and he's not? Scelzi, can you put your finger on it? And
Yeah.
I'm not just singling out Schumacher.
Right.
John Force had trouble winning this year.
Right.
How, with all that freaking money,
they're
Gary?
smart guys. Their parts are as good as any of ours. So when that thing drags up to the starting line, I can't bring those 12 blocks that I got in the trailer, or those 6 supercharger, or that other brand new chassis upstairs, and all the knowledge I have. When I drag my stuff up to the starting line, I've got what he's got. Same thing with that midget. When I go against Jerry Coons and the world champion in USAC midget, his car is no better than that car. But I don't have 2 of them in the trailer. If we tear one up, we got 1. Those guys are the same way. Their stuff is every bit as good as Don Schumacher's. They just don't have 20 of them.
This is how it would work. Kenny Bernstein and Don Schumacher, it's now Brandon, Don Schumacher go through the lights, and the announcer says, Brandon Bernstein is the winner, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to have the official findings from the marshalling area. And the two cars pull into the marshalling area, and the two crews arrive. They stick the starters in the motors. If they have to pour a little fuel in them, that's okay. And the motors are both started right in front of everybody, in front of the NHRA officials. If Brandon Bernstein's motor is throwing smoke out of the exhaust pipes, he's disqualified. And those crew chiefs could live with that. The cars would all slow down. Because what good would a crew chief be that got the guy first there every time, but it always was blown up? He would never be a winner. And the force would say, well, Cole, this is no good. My car's got to run when I get down there. Are you so stupid? You can't make this thing. Well, I'm going to have to slow you down a little bit, John. Well, that'll be just fine. I got to have a running engine when I get down there. And they could work it out. But there's a problem with that. Two problems. First of all, the NHRA has to exert a little more influence on what's going on, have more personnel. And number two, it's going to really cut down on parts attrition. And this isn't good for business. And the business is what drives it. This is big money. The manufacturers would like for the cranks to only go one time. They're only going 6. They'd like for the blocks to only go a couple of times. And they'd have to have brand new ones. And that way they could step up their factories and just churning this stuff out. But what a terrible thing it is to the planet. All these nice parts and what it takes to get them and then to destroy them so needlessly. That's my entire argument. That's what I present to the jury. And we will see all this addressed in the future. You mark my words.
It's a lot of smoking tires, a lot of speed.
Samuel Humanin in the 500 horsepower V10 Dodge Viper.
Not all V-twins are the same, but it only takes one oil brand to keep them running smooth and strong. Lucas. No matter the size, shape, attitude, or how you ride it, Lucas motor oils are specially blended with Lucas technology to improve performance and life of your V-twin. At Lucas, what you put in your V-twin keeps what you put on it moving forward. Lucas Oil, available at quality motorcycle retailers.
Imagine cutting your lawn with fewer harmful emissions. Introducing the DIXIE Chopper LP3000, powered by propane fuel. The LP3000 has 3 goals: cutting your fuel costs in half while mowing your grass efficiently with as little effect on the environment as possible. It reduces ozone-forming emissions and is very simple to operate, all while still giving you the performance and durability you expect from DIXIE Chopper. Our goal is cleaner air with the DIXIE Chopper LP3000.
Chance to go all over the country with these shows, and we've gotten some things that you've never heard before. But how about a little more with Kasey, Kahne, maybe Brian Collins, at times when the cameras should have been off.
Photos outside. Yeah, because of tobacco products we're promoting, even though we're filming the whole thing.
When you come on with the freaks, it's a side of Kasey, Kahne, and really a lot of the drivers that you see and you hear that you don't get on NBC or TNT or ESPN or Fox. Yeah. Is it because you're relaxed, or you know where?
I think it has more to do with you and with your people and how the things you guys talk about on there. It kind of opens up everything for everyone else that comes on the show. That'd be my idea.
Well, thanks for the plug.
Yeah.
But you don't, because you don't know what's going to come out of our freaking mouth.
Exactly. And sometimes things that do come out is a little too much for me.
Boys will be boys. Check this out.
What is that, Brian?
This is the 50 caliber Smith & Wesson home defense gun, something every wife or mother should have to protect their family or child. In actual scenarios of gunfights, this is your distance right here, you know, or if not closer.
Dude, back up another 100 feet. I'm used to shooting intruders at 150 feet.
I start to shake when you got that gun pointed at me. It makes me nervous.
Dig that, dude.
Dude, a gut shot.
Took out his manhood. Collins, that's not bad. Come on, man.
Pretty hot, huh? Check this out.
I made a big mistake at Indy one year when Cruz Pedregon damn near ran into me, and someone placed the blame on someone else, and I opened my mouth on television. I must have got 10,000 hate letters for what I said. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to go through it again. But they stuck the mic in my face. I was livid. I was ready to fight, and it didn't do me any good. I try to do what I say is a 30-minute rule. Now, I don't throw my helmet. I don't kick the car. I don't do those things. Okay, and that was one instance, and I don't know how many years that ever had happened to me. But I'll go up in that lounge after I got beat in 30 minutes, because if I go out there and sign autographs and somebody says the wrong thing to me, I'm going to tell them what I think. And I am, because I don't care. So I need that 30-minute calm down period to where I can walk out there and somebody can say the wrong thing to me and it won't piss me off.
Right.
So I know what pisses Gary Scelzi off, so I don't let myself get in that position. And I also try not to do anything stupid to where these guys are embarrassed to go to school Monday morning and somebody says, Jesus Christ, your dad's an idiot. Why would he bounce his helmet off the concrete, you know? Something that I tried to do a long time ago, but it's even more amplified now, is I try not to embarrass my kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, he used to be the wild thing. Now he's the really white thing. Gary Scelzi.
Oh, Scelzi.
Have you tuned that thing yet?
Yeah?
Prove it.
Let's go for it.
When your reputation is on the line, use the best. Lucas Octane Booster. It's a real octane booster. Safe for use in any engine. Lucas, it works.
My entire career was based on being the best. To be the best, I had to have Mopar parts. They were simply the best. Over the years, that has never changed. Mopar parts are still the best. And it isn't over.
Imagine cutting your lawn with fewer harmful emissions. Introducing the DIXIE Chopper LP3000, powered by propane fuel. The LP3000 has 3 goals: cutting your fuel costs in half while mowing your grass efficiently with as little effect on the environment as possible. It reduces ozone-forming emissions and is very simple to operate, all while still giving you the performance and durability you expect from DIXIE Chopper. Our goal is cleaner air with the DIXIE Chopper LP3000.
Favorite part of the show. Now you get to see what goes on behind the scenes and you get to see all of our freak ups. Just take a look.
This smells like green jeans freaking undies.
That's not pretty.
It's nasty. All right. A little hard of hearing. He's a little hard of hearing. But, we'll get him. Big Daddy. Do you ever tell, like, Dad?
No, I just...
I know. No, listen to me. Don't try and take over the damn show.
Do you?
Exactly. Jesus.
You're winning, you're making money. I mean, it's just all, you know, laid out on the line. So that's what the chicks dig.
Did we get a shot of the blonde? Get a shot of the blonde. That's the one they're fighting over right there. Right there.
You got to lean over and help an old man down the street. Think you can do that, Cody? He's got to tune the clutches. He's got to tune the tune-up. He's got to create the atmosphere for the altitude. Just give me a pickup on the car, tight on the car.
I could do this. I could bake. We've got lots more coming up from Denver, including that Mopar big block party. Fun crash, not mean crash. Don't go anywhere. Stop it. Oh, I love Kasey Kahne. Kasey, will you sign my...
All right, ready? But now we're going to really would help put those wheels on the track, right?
Yeah, we have Garlits Motorsports here, Garlits Development, Garlits Development, and BJC Investments.
And this mother.
Yes.
All right, so I know Brian Collins, the off-roader, the trophy truck son of a bitch. Now, this is the stuff, this is the building that put the wheels on the dirt, right? What the hell did you just say? God. Here we go. All right,
well,
so
let's start with one. You don't listen to a goddamn fucking thing. He told you to fucking stop on the goddamn
exactly.
line.
I did.
And now you keep walking and I gotta go as fast as I fucking can. And that's not the most important thing of an off-road race is getting the camera on. But I mean, when you've had a short day at 20 miles, you like that camera on if you've done some amazing things.
They certainly hadn't missed a meal.
No. No. I ain't touching that one.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, have you ever really thought about what is the crash look anyway? I mean, you've been doing this for a while. There's like, it varies from show to show. It's like you have the hair down on one, you have it up on another. You have like, you know, the...
But I never have it in a hat. And the reason is because I always wear a hat to the track.
Did you say that I did the longer ride? I did the longer ride, and I had more fun.
I'm not glam. I'm just clubby. It's not deserving of a hat. Period.
Well...
You like that?
Nah, actually.
See? Oh, you just said no. You just said
well,
no.
The way she has it on, like, it looks like a, you know, over easy on top of your head there. It's like...
Whatever. Sporty crash.